Moving day had finally arrived at the Smith house. Alexandria and Logan hadn't talked since the incident with Molly and Skylar. Alexandria took a case downstairs and took one last look at the room. Everything was packed and ready to go.
This place holds a lot of memories. It's a shame we have to leave.
We have no choice, love. It's to keep us all safe, plus other hunters will be nearby to our new house. Circle members.
We don't need their help. They try to sedate children under orders. All you need is me to help you.
Logan, you're good, but you don't have the experience most of them do.
Henry left to pack up the car, and Mia could see Logan was upset and annoyed by Henry's words.
Logan, don't get upset. Henry knows you're the best person to look after our children, but he doesn't want your life to be filled with all this protecting and hunting.
I'm happy with all of you.
As the car was finally packed, Mia and Henry were in the front, while Adrian, Lee and Logan were sat in the middle seats, while Alexandria, Molly and Skylar were in the back. Then in the very back was all the bags and cases. Goodbye, house. Before we go off the drive, Mia was in pieces. She was crying. Henry held her hand. It was hard, since this hadn't just been their home but Kai's, and it had been Mia's childhood home that she had with her older brother Rowan, who had been missing for a good few years now. No one had heard anything, whether he was alive or dead.
May, do you think Rowan would want you to get upset?
My older brother is God knows where. He could be dead. We haven't heard or seen him in years. I'm allowed to be upset.
Alexandria's mind was now back on her uncle who had disappeared. She had hoped he would be safe, but as years went by with no sighting of him, she began to doubt whether something bad may have happened to him. She had been 8 when Rowan had disappeared.
I miss him too, Mom, and I still think he's out there somewhere. You never know. He may be staying away to protect us. Maybe the monsters are after him.
Alexandria is right. Rowan is a tough one. He won't want anyone getting hurt.
The car journey was a long and painful one. Mia and Henry got out with Molly and Skylar to stretch their legs. Adrian and Lee went too. Alexandria and Logan trailed behind them and decided to clear the air on what had happened a few days ago.
Lexi, sweetie, I'm sorry about avoiding you ever since the Molly and Skylar incident. Will you forgive me?
Logan, you know I really like you, but I don't want you to get into trouble with my father. It just would have been nice to share my first kiss with someone who truly loves me, even if it doesn't lead to anything.
Alexandria, you are beautiful. But I will never see you that way.
Alexandria got upset and ran off outside the car. Logan went to go after her. When Adrian and Lee stopped him, they had heard and seen everything and wanted an explanation.
You broke her heart. I knew you would, jerk.
Logan, why is our sister crying?
It's not like that. When we read Molly and Skylar that story a few nights ago about the prince and the princess, they wanted the pair of us to kiss. And I refused. Then now I tried to make sure there was no blood between myself and Alexandria, but she said she wanted me to be her first kiss. And I said to her, I'll never think of her like that.
Do you already have someone? Is that why you broke her heart into a million little pieces?
You should go find her before Mom and Dad do, or our younger sisters.
Any guy who dates your sister will be the luckiest guy in the world. I just happen to not be that guy.
You're not telling us something. As a Smith, I order you to tell us. Any time a Smith family member said they ordered Logan to tell them anything, he had to obey. Logan slowly looked at both Adrian and Lee, then began to answer the question.
Alright. Fine. The reason why I rejected her is it wouldn't be fair on her. I'm gay, okay? And I did meet somebody, but we aren't speaking much these days.
Adrian and Lee managed to convince Logan to tell Alexandria what he had told them before their parents got back. He had just finished explaining when Alexandria hugged him. He smiled and hugged her back.
I thought you were still mad at me. His name is Lazarus. But the last time we saw each other, it ended badly.
Me and Henry returned with Molly and Skylar, and they got back into the car. Before Henry drove off, they all had something to eat and drink. Once finished, Henry continued to drive to our new town, Heathens Springs. We still had 2 hours before we got to our new house. Meanwhile, elsewhere, an old ancient building sat upon a hill which was home to many mysteries and mysterious beings, might I add. Something here at Heathens Institute had disrupted the peace. For the 4th time this morning, we turned to 2 teachers yelling at 2 students.
Shadow and Harley, you need to be more careful. You can't keep going off on your little hunting parties.
The Royals will come and take you away from here if you don't shape up fast.
The other teachers dropped down in front of the students. One a vampire and the other a hybrid. They didn't look happy.
Jason and Victor, don't be so hard on them. They're just kids.
Funny how Eric and Rick never give us this kind of trouble.
Oh, right. I forgot that they're your favorite nephews, while myself and Harley here are nothing to you or to Jason.
Myself and San adore both you and Harley, and very deep down Jason and Victor do. They're just crap at showing they care for people.
Watch it, Zachary. After all, I'm stronger than you and your sire, so show me some respect.
Jason, please don't hurt them. They're our sons.
Zachary, when are you going to learn that they walk all over you? When they know they are in trouble with me, they hide behind you or Sam.
Zachary turned to look at Shadow and Harley, then told them to go to their room, which they did do, much to Jason's annoyance. If either of you or Victor hurt any of my children, I will put you down myself. Jason just smiled and started to laugh as he backed Zach into one of the walls, his hand around his neck.
That is no way to talk to your sire, Zachary. And one day you will see that I'm being strict for our son's own good, or the Royals will come for more of them. Is that what you want?
Oh, question. Do you want me to answer first? Jason knew Zach was never scared of him, no matter what he did to him. The only person who Zach was afraid of was the king, and everyone was scared of him. Zach then saw San in wolf form get thrown against the wall by Victor, which made Zach flash his fangs at Victor as he blocked his path to San. Zach knew Jason was right, but that was only due to him being his sire. What he didn't realise was just how powerful Zach could be.
Fine. If we must do this shit yet again, Zachary, let's.
Listen, you can take your anger out on me, that's fine, but keep our sons out of it.
Zach and Jason, stop this! You're supposed to love each other, for fuck's sake!
Both yourselves and Zachary let them kids walk all over you. When they know they're in trouble, they come to you both. Jason's right.
San snarled at Victor until Victor's eyes went red and San whimpered and stepped back into the wall.
Allow us to discipline those brats in any way we see fit. It's for their own good, or the Royals will come for all of our kids.
After the fight, Jason and Victor left Zach and San. Thanks for always having my back, San.
Aw, don't get emotional on me now, friend. Why are you still with him? He doesn't deserve you.
Some days I don't know how to answer that question. I just wish someone would change him. Some of the female daylighters rushed over to them to check if they were okay.
Zach, did Jason do this again? Why are you still with him?
Rose, you know the answer already. 1, because I'm an idiot. And 2, I still love him even when he is in one of his insane moods, just like right now.
Sweetie, you need to help. Also, Sam, you need to stand up to Victor and show you're not scared of him.
They both need to be taught some manners. May I be the first to volunteer?
Solving violence with more violence will not work.
Those jerks to me. I'll make sure they learn their lesson.
Michael, why do you want to help us? I thought you hated all Moonlighters.
Wrong. I hate your students, which involves those adopted kids of yours.
I suggest we allow Headmaster Rivers to deal with it.
Ladies, I'll take care of both Sam and Zachary. You're needed with Headmaster Rivers. He wants to talk about some new students who will be arriving later today.
Michael, what happened to Zach and Zan?
Jason and Victor did this. But why, it's unknown.
They did this because they wanted to punish Harley and Shadow for something. Which probably meant hitting them in Victor's case. He can be quite cruel at times.
Zach, myself, and Michael will take both Jason and Victor to Headmaster Rivers now.
Aw, I feel bad for Harley and Shadow. I know I shouldn't, after they give me a hard time for being a human, but they're still just kids.
Now, and then the pair of you can stay in this room with us.
Rowan, you're a good friend, but if Jason saw us both now, he would flip. And since he's stronger than you, he could easily hurt you or worse. I don't want anyone getting hurt because of me. At that moment, Roseberry, Luna, along with Miriam, was escorting Jason and Victor to Headmaster Rivers' office.
Zach, please talk to me. I'm sorry. I need help. You're all right. And the truth is, I do these things because I don't know how to express emotions very well. Also, I don't deserve you, so maybe it's best if you do stay in this room until I can get help.
Where are Shadow and Harley right now? I should go check on them.
They're in the room.
Zack and San left to go see Harley and Shadow. What happened for your father and uncle to go off the rails like today?
We just stopped off for a snack earlier. Humans are so dumb and easily manipulated.
It was only 2 humans. Give us some credit. We're getting better.
Do you want to attract the royals' attention? Alright, that's it. No more killing humans. Not all humans are bad.
Oh, of course not. Rowan's sire being here will just stir up all kinds of trouble.
Also, not to mention how his sire had a thing for both him and you, Mum.
Well, thank you, both of you. The last thing we wanted was for both of you to get hurt due to our mistakes.
Come on, you're my nephews. Of course I would protect you.
Let me worry about the royals if they do pay a visit, but please, both of you, no more killing, promise me.
Fine, we will try. But hunters are a different story.
Yeah, we'll try harder, Mum and Uncle Sam. We promise, but hunters deserve to be killed.
Headmaster Rivers was angry at Jason and Victor, and even as an old man, he was even able to scare both of them. Rivers was a warlock who wanted children of his own, but his late wife, Arya, could never have kids, so the Moonlight staff and Daylight staff were his sons and daughters. He cared for all of them equally, but he wished they would all get along.
Jason, if you are serious about winning back Zack, you need to control your temper. So I suggest both you and Zack attend Luna's therapy session. And then Victor, the same with you and San, but at different times.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but all my kids see me as the bad guy, and I try to keep them out of trouble to keep them safe. Why do they hate me?
They don't hate you, Jason. They just care more for Zack due to the fact that he rescued all of them. If you remember correctly, the Valencias, Damien and Rick came from a broken home, then were later brought here. Then Shadow was found alone in the darkness, without a home. Harley lost both of his real parents. Then Eric, the most tragic of them all, he almost jumped from that bridge. If it hadn't been for Zach passing by at that point, after an argument he had with you, Eric wouldn't be here right now.
Please, don't start arguing again. Just make up.
These humans are the children of the Circle's leader, Henry Smith. They are not to be harmed. They are not like their father. Is that clear?
You're both cowards.
I'm not going to fight you. So save your energy, little girl.
I'm not little.
Both of you! That's enough.
Rowan had been rather quiet since the meeting with Dawson.
Rowan, what gives? Are you feeling okay?
I haven't been entirely honest with all of you. I know the Smith family very well.
You have a human niece and 2 nephews who are coming here?
Yes, but as I said, when I had to disappear after King Garrett had turned me into a vampire, after I changed, I wanted to go back and visit my sister Mia and say goodbye to all of them, but the thirst was too much.
So you're telling us all this, why?
Rowan wants our help.
I need all the staff's help in making sure my nephews and niece stay safe here. Now, Daylighters, I know I can count on you, but Moonlighters, especially Jason and Victor, can I trust both of you?
Rowan, they can be trusted.
How do you know that, Zachary?
Both know how much I've wanted an adoptive daughter ever since that day 8 years ago when I saw that little girl. I told you, Shadow and Harley, they wanted to kill her, but I saved her that day, a human child.
Zachary, whatever you want, it's yours.
Thank you, Jay. We got to have a quick look around our new home where we would be staying in the holidays. Then Henry drove us to the Institute, accompanied by Logan. Henry handed them in each a wooden stake to protect them from vampires.
Remember? Be careful and watch your back.
While you were asleep, I messaged Lazarus and he misses you. He wants to meet up.
I'll message him later.
We should get inside. It's cold out here.
This place gives me the creeps.
Me too, but you heard Dad. Some of the hunters reckon the monsters who killed Kai are here. We need to find out who they are and get revenge on them.
What if not all supernaturals are bad? What if some are good?
He and Adrian just laughed at their little sister as they all made it to the entrance door, which swung open before they could knock.
That was creepy, I give you that.
5 siblings walked into the entrance hall and sat on one of the sofas until a set of double doors swung open and a woman appeared. She seemed friendly enough.
My name's Myron, assistant head here. I've been asked to give you a tour of this place, and also introduce you to our staff. Then take you to Headmaster Rivers to get your room keys.
The 3 of them followed her as she pointed out different rooms and also revealed she was a witch. Miriam stopped outside a door, which was the staff room. Adrian Lee went into protective mode.
Don't worry, boys. The staff are harmless. Well, most of them. It's the students that need watching. Well, the Moonlight ones. The Daylight students are quite human-like. Everyone, I give you the Smith siblings, Adrian, Lee, and Alexandra.
The 3 of them followed her as she pointed out different rooms and also revealed she was a witch. Miriam stopped outside a door, which was the staff room. Adrian Lee went into protective mode. Everyone turned and looked at them. That's when Alexandra saw her uncle.
Why did you disappear? I missed you so much.
I had to, or I would have hurt someone. I'm now a vampire due to a very dangerous man turning me into one. I stayed away for all of you.
Rowan, you know that's not true, and you broke her heart. The girl had lost enough after Kai's death.
Adrian, you have no idea what kind of danger I could have put you all in by sticking around, and besides, I checked up on all of you from a distance, and it seemed you didn't need me anymore.
Why would you think that?
Logan, he was around a lot, babysitting us as a kid. We thought we had replaced him.
Rowan just nodded, then before anything else could be said, Zack appeared in front of Alexandria.
Alexandria, this is Zack. He's a good friend of mine. He is also a Moonlighter member of staff.
Nice to finally meet you, sweetie. Perhaps Rowan will allow me to show you around this place.
Sure. Miriam already showed her most of this place, but why don't you and San go show her around?
Zack and San went to go show Alexandria around the Institute when Adrian Lee stopped them and had the crucifixes out, pointed at them. Jason and Victor went to step in when San raised his hand to stop them.
We would never harm or kill a human! Yes, we admit in the past that we've killed humans, but not anymore.
Why should we believe you supernaturals killed our brother? For all we know, one of you or anyone else here could be killers.
Zack then placed a stake against where his own heart should be and looked at Adrian. Then do it, Hunter.
Adrian Lee, stop it. If Rowan trusts them, I do too.
Adrian and Lee put away their wooden stakes and watched their little sister leave with Zack and San.
Any harm comes to Zack or San due to your hunter nephews. We will come after them, and anyone who tries to shield them,
they won't try anything.